gotta be in here someplace. I'm sure it was in my backpack. Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome to Crazy Quilt. I'm Jackson. Have you seen my mitten? I thought it was in my backpack, but I can't find it. Maggie wanted to borrow it for crafts today. What am I going to tell her?
Hi, Jackson. Hi, everybody. I'm Maggie. I found some wonderful things that we can use for our crafts today.
Oh, good, Maggie.
I see you found some good things too, Jackson. This plastic plate. Great. Oh, and tissue paper.
I'm glad you like them, Maggie. Oh. They were in my backpack. I seem to have a lot of stuff in my backpack.
And this sock.
Well, it was in my backpack, too. I don't know what happened to the other sock.
And these gum wrappers.
Yeah, I put them in there when I couldn't find a garbage can.
Jackson, I think everything we need for our crafts today was in your backpack.
Well, almost everything. I can't find that mitten that you wanted. I know I lost one of my mittens, but I was sure I had the other one someplace. I always put my mittens in my backpack, except when I put them in my room or leave them by the front door or put them in that little... Oh, my mitten.
I found it on the floor.
Gee, did I leave it there? I guess I forgot.
Oh, don't worry about it, Jackson. We all forget where we leave things sometimes. That's what our story is about today. It's about a family who can't remember where they put anything.
Oh, Maggie, excuse me. Have you seen my backpack?
This backpack?
Okay, Maggie, I cleaned up the mess I made. Now we can make some crafts.
Well, thank you, Jackson, but we need some of that mess to make the crafts because we're using leftover things. I've got this little bit of leftover paper.
Oh, what are we going to make with that?
Paper dolls. See, if you take a piece of paper and fold it like an accordion, in and out, and then on the fold, draw half of a person. See, there's the leg, the body, the arm, and the head, just like you drew a line from the top of your head all the way down.
That'd tickle.
Now, when you've got all the paper folded together like that, you just cut it out. And we're going to end up with 2 paper dolls joined together. Now, if you want, you could have a whole bunch of folds, and then you could have 4 or 8 or 12 or
more than that.
Right. As many as your scissors can cut through.
Yeah, it would get kind of difficult, though,
It would if you got to a gazillion.
Yeah, then you'd have to get a gazillion-size scissor. Oh,
There they are.
cool.
They're the grown-ups in our story.
And they're holding hands.
Well, if they were dancing, we could leave them that way, but we'll separate them. See? There's one. There's the other.
Yeah, they're kind of jumping around.
All right, now I'm just going to put this down here, and I'll show you. I've already made 2 a little bit smaller for the kids in our story.
Oh, they're nice.
And I have to separate them. And right now they're the same size, but we've got a big sister and a little brother. So to make him a little bit smaller, I'm just going to cut off the edges of his arms and legs.
Oh, and then he'll be a bit shorter.
Yeah, he still looks pretty good, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks good.
All right, so let's decorate them. I'll start by decorating the little girl. And I'm going to do that by taking a bit of our leftover paper and tracing around where I want her clothes. That way they'll just fit
Oh, yeah, 'cause you have a mark right where you want it.
Right. I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom of the legs because I want to be able to see her feet. And I'm going to give her short sleeves so I won't come all the way out.
Oh, that's really cool.
Right. See, there you go.
Oh,
and I'll give her
yeah.
a square neckline. Like
Square
that.
neckline.
And
That's
now I
nice.
just cut out. And you can have a lot of fun designing clothes that way. They could have all kinds of interesting wiggly shapes on them. You could use different colors, all kinds of different material. Wrapping paper.
Yeah, or tin foil if it was a robot.
Or what about pictures from magazines?
Whoa, yeah, you mean like of different kinds of clothes and then it'd look like they were wearing them?
Right. Or even pictures of clouds or all kinds of things. And you
Yeah.
see, because I traced it, it should fit right over
A
top.
perfect fit.
Right.
Made to measure.
Don't you wish buying clothes was always that easy?
Yeah, except I don't think I'd want to have to lie down while they traced me.
And I just put a little bit of glue there, and I'll squeeze it on. If you don't want the clothes to be the same all the time, you could just use some tape loops and hold it on that way, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
could change her pretty easily. I'm going to give her a belt, a little bit of leftover pink paper, and we can trim off the edges or bend them around later,
a
whichever
nice
we'd
color.
like. I'll just bend them, I think. Just start. There we go. And I think she could use some hair. Most little girls have hair, I think.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
I've got a tiny little bit of sponge that's left over from a craft we made a long time ago, and I just didn't want to throw it out because I thought one day I might need it. And
Yep.
there we go.
A lucky thing you kept that.
And you could use, again, all sorts of things. Wool or plasticine or other kinds of construction paper. And I'll give her a little pink construction paper bow that will match her belt. And I'll just glue that right onto the sponge.
Oh, boy, that looks like so much fun, Maggie.
Could you decorate some for me, Jackson?
Okay.
You take the baby brother and the mom,
Okay.
and I'll work on the dad.
Great. I'll get them all dressed.
Great. I've already cut out a shirt for the dad, and I tucked down his collar, and I glued on a construction paper tie. I painted on some stripes with my markers, and we'll just slide that on. I did the same thing. I traced around so that it would be just the right size. He has a pair of pants, nice bright yellow. Dad obviously likes to dress up. And we'll slide that on. Make sure he doesn't get his tie caught. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And we'll give him some sponge hair because, after all, sponge hair seems to run in the family.
Maggie, these guys are all dressed.
Wow! Oh, the little boy has cuffs, folded back construction paper, and feather hairs.
Yeah.
And Mom's dress is made out of wrapping paper, and it comes all the way out past her legs. That's a great-looking family.
Yeah,
Here's-
thanks.
Here's something even sillier than that. A mitten that's going to be a puppet. All I need to do is put a face on with stickers. There's an eye. Here comes another one.
Here comes another eye.
And I've got a funny shaped sticker for a nose. It's supposed to be a bell, but I think it's a really nice nose shape. What do you think?
Mr. Mitten, what else do we need to make?
Well, I know the mother in the family uses a briefcase.
A briefcase.
Mr. Mitten, I'm just going to have to put you aside. And Jackson, we need to make a great big briefcase, so I better get the family out of here.
Yeah, you've got to tidy up.
Okay. The briefcase is a great big box.
Wow, that is big.
And I poked some holes in the two halves and
Wow.
put pipe cleaners through in rings so that it could open and close.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
It's
Now,
so bright.
it is bright on the inside. Well,
Yeah.
Mom puts a lot of things in, and she needs to be able to see what she's doing. The handle is a pipe cleaner put through a toilet paper roll. And I'm just going to tape it on the inside, nice and securely.
Nice and securely, 'cause you don't want the handle to fall off.
Well, you wouldn't want to fly off the handle anytime, would you?
Yeah, that's a good one.
There you go. And you know what I really like? In briefcases that have those little pockets to put special things in?
Yeah, like an extra sandwich.
Right. I've got some pieces of construction paper, and I'm going to put some tape on 3 sides.
3 sides. I
Right.
know why you're not putting it on 4.
Well,
Then you'd never get anything in there.
that's right. So I put it down here, and I squeeze it down, but I don't make it completely flat. I'm just going to stick my thumb in here so there's a
Okay.
bit of room to put things in. See that?
Yeah. Now I get it. Yeah.
And I've got a long, skinny one. Sometimes you might put, your sunglasses in one of those.
Or maybe a banana.
Right. Or pipe cleaners.
Yeah, or a chocolate bar.
Oh, Jackson, what do you carry around in your briefcase?
Well, sometimes, I might just carry some celery.
There we go. See? Tall one, short one, and another one.
Another one.
Right. And then we can put all kinds of things in.
Yeah, like a peanut butter sandwich.
Well, it would be helpful, I suppose, if you were going out somewhere and you didn't have time to go home and get a meal. You can have
Yeah.
a little snack
Yeah, that's right.
like that. Well, let's just see what our pipe cleaners would look like in here. We could just stick those in. Hey, that seems to work pretty well. There we go.
Very nice.
Mom's ready to go to work.
Nadia was a very neat little girl.
I like a place for everything and everything in its place.
Nadia always put away her toys.
My toys go in the toy box.
She always put away her clothes.
My clothes go in the closet.
She always cleaned up the table after she ate, and she always made her bed.
Of course, someone has to be neat around here. My parents are very messy.
Nadia's parents were very, very messy. They never picked up their towels or their papers or their dishes or made their bed.
Well, we're not messy. We're just very busy and don't have time to put everything away.
Honey, have you seen the refrigerator? I can't seem to find it. I know it was in the kitchen somewhere. It's here, Mom, next to the counter and under this pile of bags you didn't put away. Of course, just where I left it.
See, Ethel? I told you Nadia'd know where it was. By the way, Nadia, didn't you have a baby brother named Max?
Oh, Ed, he's around here somewhere, I think.
One day, Nadia couldn't stand the mess anymore.
I've had it!
What's wrong, dear?
I can't stand living in this mess anymore.
What mess, dear?
This mess. There are papers and dishes and clothes and things everywhere. This isn't messy. This is lived in. Let me just take these papers out of my briefcase. Oh, and look, I have some flowers, too. I want this place cleaned up now.
Oh, Nadia, there's no need to yell.
Put away those dishes. Pick up your papers when you've finished using them. Make your bed. Put the top back on the toothpaste. Ed, I think she's upset.
Maybe if we tidy up a bit, she'll calm down.
Good idea. I'll put away the dishes.
I'll make the beds. Oh, look, here's the top of the toothpaste tube. I'll put it in the bathroom.
Dad, don't just put it in the bathroom. Put the top on the toothpaste.
Why didn't I think of that? I could do that very thing.
All these papers go in my briefcase. This paper, and this paper, and this paper, and this paper. Hey, Mom, watch what you're doing.
Nadia's mother put her in the briefcase, too.
It's dark in here. I've got to get out of this case.
Oh, no one gets out of here.
Who said that?
I did. Don't you remember me?
Aren't you my old mitten?
I haven't seen you in years. I thought I lost you. Oh, I've been here in your mother's briefcase.
You have?
Oh, yes. She put me in here to keep me safe, but I think she forgot I was here. Now I can't get out.
There must be a way out. I'll just call to Mom. Mom! Mom! Yes, Nadia, I'm cleaning the house. Oh, I have to stop now and get ready for work. She heard me.
But I think she walked away.
I'll just wait until she comes back and then I'll call again.
It will be too late then. Your voice starts to fade when you're in a briefcase. People on the outside can't hear you after a short while.
Then there has to be another way out of this case. I'm going to see if I can find one.
Good luck.
We need to make some of the other things Nadia finds in her mother's briefcase.
Okay, Jackson, what should we make?
I know! A sock.
Well, we've got a sock. Why don't we make it into a sock puppet?
Oh, that'd be cool. I love puppets.
I'm going to tie a knot at the top of the sock where your toes go. If you have problems tying a knot, you can get a grown-up to help with that part. And that's going to be its hair sticking up, you know?
Oh, yeah.
that'd be
Nice
kinda
kind of
fun.
sticky up hair.
Yeah, a cowlick, that's called.
Oh, is that right?
Right.
I never knew that.
I have 2 pieces of paper, construction paper, and an ice cream stick. I am now going to trace the ice cream stick.
Boy, you're doing a lot of tracing today, Maggie.
It's so much fun. You can get exactly the shapes that you want, and they come out from the most unexpected places. I mean, who knew that an ice cream stick could be a face? But
A
it will
face?
be.
I didn't know that.
Yep. I'm cutting it out, and one of these shapes will be the eyes. The other one will be the nose.
The same shape?
Yeah.
Eyes and nose?
I'll show you. It's kind of a neat way to do this. It's going to look like a really funny face.
I guess so.
See, there are the eyes. And here, if I just bend it over,
Oh, you're folding it.
there's a nose. And I'm just going to put a little tape loop inside to keep the nose shut.
Yeah.
Okay, and that also keeps the nose right on the eyes. Make it look more like eyes. I'm going to draw eyes on like that.
You're
I don't know
putting
exactly
a
what.
kind of an ovally thing.
Yeah, I don't know what Sock's eyes look like exactly, so.
Well, I bet you they look kind of like holes.
Yeah, probably. That would be a good idea if your sock had holes in it. You
Yeah.
could just use that for the eyes.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a tape loop on there because I need to connect the eyes to the sock. Put the sock on my hand. I sort of play with it and find out, oh, good, there's the hair.
There's the
And
hair.
Here we go. There's a face.
Nadia was trapped in her mother's briefcase and was looking for a way out.
No! Oh, that's my toe. Watch where you're stepping.
Sorry. Hey, you're my old sock. I loved wearing you.
Oh, is that you, Nadia? You've grown.
I guess I have since you last saw me. I always thought you were lost in the dryer. How long have you been in here?
Oh, at least a year.
A year? I can't stay here a year.
Oh, don't worry. Your mom always puts food in her briefcase. There's plenty to eat.
There has to be a way out. Aren't there any holes in this case that I could crawl through?
Well, I heard that the bottom of the case is a bit worn, but I don't know if there's a hole yet. Oh, I don't like to think about things being worn through. It's very upsetting for a sock, so I haven't gone to look.
I understand, but I'm going to look.
Nadia sunk deeper into the briefcase.
My favorite dress, that's where it went. And here are some tissues and the keys to our old house and a plastic plate. I don't think my mother ever throws anything out.
Nadia, is that you?
Yes, who are you? Oh, It's Max, my baby brother! I wondered where you went.
Oh, Mom picked me up and put me in here. I tried to tell her I was here, but she didn't seem to notice.
My mitten said your voice starts to fade in a briefcase.
That's why she can't hear me.
I'm hoping there's a hole at the bottom of the briefcase and we can crawl out.
No, I've checked. The only way out is the way we came in. Mom has to pull us out.
The only things I've ever seen Mom pull out of her briefcase are papers and flowers. That's it.
What?
If we look like flowers, Mom will pull us out of her briefcase.
Well, that's a good idea, except I look like a baby brother and you look like a big sister. How do we make ourselves look like flowers? Oh, Maggie, I bet you know how to make Nadia and her brother Max look like flowers.
I have an idea. It's going to look pretty silly, but it's a pretty silly story. Let's start with our plastic plate and put on some nice tissue paper so it'll look like a beautiful flower. We've just attached a tape loop in the center. There you go.
Okay.
And another piece of tissue paper. I'll crunch it up.
Yeah, okay.
Nice sound, huh?
Yeah.
And another tape loop there. Because, you know, a lot of flowers have different colors.
Yeah, they have like that's a nice kind of orangey one.
Right. But you know how they have big green stems?
Yeah?
Well, look, we've got our big green sock.
Oh, that'll be good.
Now, can you hold this, please, Jackson?
Yes, okay.
This is a paper towel roll, and I'm just going to slide the sock on like that. And his
Right.
hair stands up. That's so cute. Turn him around.
Yeah.
And we'll attach the plate right there. I'll put a tape loop on it and put it that way. I've got the sock looking out backwards behind the plate, so he'll be able to see what's going on. Thanks for the help, Jackson.
No problemo.
Now, actually, can you hold on to the tube that way? That'll keep the flower from sliding around. Now, Nadia's mom has some keys in the bottom of her briefcase, and I made the keys by cutting out key shapes from different colored construction paper.
Okay.
And I'll just add those on, again with tape loops. You could use some glue if you want, but I think the tape loops will hold on really well. And what else did Jackson have in his backpack? Do you remember? There was something that he had. He didn't know what to do because he couldn't find a garbage can.
Oh, yeah, those gum wrappers, yeah.
Right. I can twist some of them together for the center of the flower.
Oh, yeah, really sparkly.
Right. I'll just twist that, and I'll attach that right there. All we need to do now is add Nadia and her brother. I'll put a tape loop on the back of them and slide them right in between the keys. And we'll put Nadia over here. I don't think anybody will notice that they're not part of the flower.
Oh, Maggie, is the mitten coming along for the ride?
Oh, we can't leave the mitten behind. Oh, no. It's been
Poor
down there
mitten.
so long. Let's see. Oh, it looks just like a leaf. I'll put it down here and attach it with a green pipe cleaner. Just wrap it around and it'll look like a couple of leaves. There. All aboard the flower.
Well, we look like flowers now. Do you think Mom will pull us up out of her briefcase?
Well, I hope so. I've been in here so long I forget what toes feel like.
Okay, everybody. Now we just climb to the top of the briefcase where Mom is most likely to see us. And we wait.
The Nadia Max Mitten sock plate gum wrapper flower climbed up through the briefcase until they were near the top. Then they waited.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh, hello, Ethel. How was your day?
Oh, very busy. I have tons of work to do tonight.
She's opening the briefcase.
Let me just get out my papers. She pulled out some papers.
I hope she sees us.
Oh, the flowers, Mom. Look at the flowers.
Have you seen the children today, dear?
I saw Nadia this morning, but I didn't see Max.
I was in here.
The flowers! Pick up the flowers! Funny, I don't remember buying them, but I seem to have picked up some flowers today. Rather unusual looking, don't you think?
Yes, but they do look familiar.
It's us! Nadia?
And me.
Max, where have you children been?
In Mom's briefcase.
You know you shouldn't play with your mother's things. A briefcase is not a toy.
Yes, Dad.
We won't go near it again.
After that, Nadia still put her toys and clothes away. She cleaned up the table and she made her bed, but she never wanted her parents to be neat again.
Our house isn't messy, it's lived in.
That's a very silly story, Maggie. But I've got to go now. Bye, everyone.
Jackson, aren't you going to help put away all the craft supplies?
Oh, no. I want our fort to look lived in.
Oh, Jackson. Bye-bye, everybody. See you next time on Crazy Quilt. Now, come on, Jackson, you're going to help me, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to help you really, Maggie. I want it to look lived in, not sort of messed up.
We made the flowers by taking some pipe cleaner stems, construction paper for the petals. Sometimes I notched them to make them really pretty, and I put stickers in the center and drew lines. They're construction paper leaves and a little bit of tissue paper at the bottom to hold them all together.
Cute flowers.
Thanks. The little briefcase looks just like the big briefcase. See? It's a box with a pipe cleaner handle, a pasta handle on top of it, and it looks just the same on the inside with the pockets and everything. When we went inside the briefcase, we added all kinds of leftover bits.
Yeah, what a messy place.
I know. I'm sure glad I'm not inside, aren't you?